Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and install the pixels up in the tracks. To do so, I'm going to have to take out some of the screws so that I can tip it down some and push those pixels through there, hoping it goes well. And while I do this, I'm also going to be replacing the silver tipped screws with these white ones. Got these ones at Lowe's. They did not have these at Home Depot, but they do at Lowe's. Here I am removing a few more screws from the J-channel just so that I can get up in there easier and push the pixels down into the holes. I tried pushing the pixels into the holes with just my fingers, but between the wires at the end of the bullet pixel node opposite of where the light is, there's a little thin piece of plastic. It's not sharp, but it does hurt your finger to push it in. So I am going to use some pixel pushers. I'm having some 3D printed. Some days later. These are the tools that I had made in hopes that we'll just be able to twist that flash. Okay. Twist that flashing forward just a little bit so we don't have to unscrew it. If that works, that's going to save us a lot of time.
Let me show this thing. How sturdy is this?
It's pretty sturdy. The guy actually, he makes these for these lights, but he had like a T handle that he held and pushed in. I asked him if he could make a right angle one like this, so because I have limited room. So this just goes, I mean, I've got these taped together, so it's kind of hard to
Goes down in there.
squeezed in there, but yeah, so it goes down in there like that, and then you can just push it in. So yeah, it's a matter of whether the height of this whole thing can get around there. I think we might be able to. And he sent 2 of them, so there's one for you. See if we can start pushing pixels through the holes. Let's climb up there.
Go ahead and experiment. See what you can.
Now, if more of it were this size, I have an actual scaffold thing down in the basement, but
Figure it out. Yeah, it was a kidney stone that was stuck.
okay, so it doesn't fit, but maybe
What doesn't fit with it?
I can't get this all the way in there, but maybe what I can do is just undo, once I undo this one, I should be able to push them in. Yeah, it doesn't seem like it, but trying to push these in just with your bare fingers, it's painful.
You want to leave one hanging out and just pull around the edges?
Oh, shoot. I don't know how I did that. Yeah, maybe we can do them like this.
And then just put like this. Once you get so far over, put the screw in.
Put these screws back in.
Yeah, and then
on
take
this
the
side.
screws on the next one so the whole thing doesn't fall out.
Something I was not anticipating was that the wires are twisted and I have to untwist them as I go.
Yeah, and see, they're not going to be very visible, huh? Yeah, they don't poke through very much, and so they're clear.
Well, so once you're pushing it through, let me see how these work. Is there something on these lights? Okay, I think I see it. It like clips it into place and holds it there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see the little grooves on them. So you don't, once you get them in, you don't, unless you yank on it real hard, I guess you don't have to worry about them getting popping back out.
Yeah, and if you have to pull them back out, it breaks the little tabs off. So I'm trying to do it as little as I need to. Yeah, this is working.
You think there's about 400 and some lights?
Yeah. Well, I started out with 500, and I didn't need that many yet. Some of these I cut and resoldered back together and stuff. This does get a little tiring on the shoulders, so we may have to take turns on it. Yeah, this is, I mean, it's not super fast, but at least they're going in without a problem. I mean, some
We're
of them
on
are
number 9. Might as well number 9. So tool works pretty good.
Yeah, I'd say so. Now, some people, like how these are pointing down, some people do them point forward or back, just for a different effect. But the way that this is called a J channel, this metal, and the stuff that I found, like this was the best stuff that I could find, and this is the way that it ended up.
Also, I wanted to see the individual bulbs. If they were pointed towards the house, you wouldn't see the lights, just the glow.
Yeah, too bad we can't both be up here, but that's all right, I guess. Okay, so at some point I'm going to need to unscrew this one and start screwing those ones back in.
You got what, 2 more screws on that one piece that are holding it up right now?
Probably 3. That one over there.
Does it overlap?
Probably.
Well, then yeah, you can go ahead and probably take that next one off anytime. I think it's still hold up to
So I'm just kind of straightening these out because they get a little twisted kind of as I go. So I'm just bending this forward, pushing it through the hull, taking the tool back out. Moving on to the next one. Now, if these holes were not the right size, that would make a big difference. That would cause a problem.
Yeah, they wouldn't stay in place and probably pop out every time you wiggle the wire a little bit.
I think probably by the time I would need to take this screw out, I'll have to go to the other side and at least put one screw in on that side.
I agree. 'Cause, yeah, you don't want it to. I don't know how heavy it's making it. I don't know how flimsy those things are. You don't want it to start bending it if it gets too much weight on it.
I don't think it's going to start bending. It would take quite a bit of force.
Good.
Now it is nice in the sense that we didn't have to completely take this down, but it seems like it would be a lot faster if we did take it down. And then we could both be pushing them through, or what do you think?
You mean down? Take it down.
I can unscrew these, and then you can hold, or we can set it on the ladder right here. You can be pushing them through, and I can be pushing them through.
Probably.
As you can tell, it started out as a fairly slow process, but we did find a faster way to do it, and it was not taking them totally off and putting them on the ground. Stay tuned. So let's take this out. Can you help hold that a little?
Yeah, definitely overlaps that.
Okay.
Probably set it on that ladder over there and on this one too.
We've talked about pulling them down onto the ground and pushing the pixels through, but that's still not the brilliant idea that we have here in just a sec.
Let's try that. Let's try that in a minute. Here, can you hold this? Let me go ahead and put the 2 end screws in so that it's at least hanging up again.
Grabbing this metal is a little bit chilly.
It's not that bad though. Are your fingers cold?
A little bit. It's not as bad as I was afraid it could be.
Well, this morning it was in the 30s up here, I think.
It was 36 when I woke up at our place.
So that would 30s would be miserable, but it's in the 40s now, so it's not too bad.
I screw this piece of J-channel back up and we continue on with the process.
So we're just loosening these up as we go and obviously pushing them through the holes, but we got some bungee cords. It's a fantastic idea by the guy holding the camera, and just kind of holding those in place so that we don't have to. And then once we get enough of this one done, we can go ahead and screw that one in and push this light through both holes to help hold it in place and line it up. So yeah, just trying to unwind these as I go, just pushing this right in there.
And the bungees help to have it lower too, so they don't have to reach up so far. It makes it a little bit easier on your shoulders.
Fantastic idea by my little brother. Yeah, they could probably engineer these a little bit better to make them easier.
Yeah, so they don't get twisted so much. That's true. I was thinking that too.
Maybe this is the best solution they've been able to come up with a lot of R&D already. Who knows? Yeah, it's like they're just every single time they're just folded over each other. Or yeah, maybe I should have untangled them last night.
Yeah.
My Gorilla ladder can turn into a straight ladder, and then we also use an extension ladder.
So we went ahead and unscrewed the tracks, and we kind of have them suspended with bungee cords and flattened it out so we could get up there. Obviously it's longer now because it's flat and not going up and then back down. So now we're going to go ahead and from the middle lift them up and start screwing them right back into the house, and hopefully we'll be able to do that just fine. I mean, we've got the lights through there already, but yeah, that's what we're going to do now. So for this one, we went ahead and disconnected it, the upper part. We've got it down here on the ground. So I'm going to go ahead and string the lights through on the ground, and then we're going to take it up top and put it back. It's a lot easier when I put these up. I was sitting down on that part of the roof, and it's a lot scarier, but standing up, I can hold onto the roof, and it's not nearly as bad. Okay, so that's the process. Same exact way for the rest of the roof line. Well, I just got the very last one done. The tip of this, I used some liquid electrical tape. And now I'm going to go ahead and put this back up around the corner and tighten some of these loose ones back up. Here's the finished product with all the pixels pushed in and the J-channel installed. You can see one of the wires popped out of the top of the J-channel. I need to push that back in, maybe pop in a few more screws to keep that from happening elsewhere. Overall, I'm very happy with how this turned out. I think it's a very clean install and it looks awesome. You can't even really see them until you get up real close. Well, there they are. The pixel lights are pushed up inside the tracks. Got them all reinstalled. Next video, we'll be wiring it all up.